my family high. So there's something Prophet Angel talked about that I feel you really need to listen to.
You don't need to be broke. Because you won't change nothing. Let me give you another thing that maybe you don't know. Hello? You know AI, right?
Yes, sir.
How many have used it? How many have used it? To ask a question or two?
Yes, sir.
Right? Wonderful stuff. I want you to hear this, because I know you're not getting this.
Listen to this. Many people don't know this, but just 3 ChatGPT responses can consume an entire bottle of water. While we were distracted with other things.
Come back. You didn't hear that, right?
Yeah.
Just your 3 questions will consume a bottle of water. They use millions and millions, those machines use millions and millions of water to cool down. So we are no longer competing with each other on drinking water and taking intake of water. No, we are competing with machines and our own questions. 3 questions, 1 bottle. 6 questions, 2 bottles of water. If they give you response like 4 responses, bingo, 6 responses, 2 bottles of water is gone. Continue.
Many know this, but just 3 ChatGPT responses can consume an entire bottle of water. While we were distracted with other things, there's a danger that nobody's talking about. But it's going to hit harder than anything this decade. The world could run out of water. It's actually called day 0. Now, day 0 is a moment when the water supply gets so low that governments have to shut off access to regular tap water. Remember, we're in the biggest tech transformation in history, and tech needs water. AI and data centers need water. Now, this is a serious threat, but it could be a huge opportunity. There's a reason why people like Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and other billionaires are investing in water. Now, here's 5 ways to invest in water. You have water ETFs, PHOFIW.
Was it not a prophecy I gave you about the wars? That I said water will be more important than gold?
You said it.
So something very extraordinary. It looked like the whole globe of the earth was put in one place. And I could come, reach it, but I would reach it from a certain distance, yet it was so huge, but not the way it is. It's like you can carry it with a few aids and put it in a room. And then I looked and I saw one angel, one leg in South Africa, like, the southern part of Africa, and another leg like reaching Texas. And he was standing there, and I looked up and I began to see his hands, and to the right hand he had a scale, like a silver scale. And on the right hand he would pick up objects and then put it in the scales. But I only got to see the objects when they were now in the scales. And to his left he had gold. To his right, he had water. And the Lord said, look closely to what you see. And I looked and he said, what do you see? And at first it was very difficult because I just mentioned, I'm seeing water dripping from this side and I'm seeing gold on this side. Water is spilling, but the gold is just intact there. He said, but what do you see? I looked again and I realized that the water was tipping the gold. So it weighed more than the gold. And from there he said, I want to show you something from what you have seen. I began to see as if there were reels being changed. From what I saw, this page is removed and another page is removed. Like I would do when I'm writing on my page, you see as it scrolls like this. You can tell, right? So it's like another page would be removed in the spirit and another one would come in. And I said, what is this? And I began to see water being sold for gold. It was as though it was auctions of water. And God said, I'm about to give you 4 wars that are not military, but they will be started by this. So it is not about military engagements that I'm here for. It will be a war for water. But this is just one. I'm going to give you 4. All right. So 1 today, then you have 3. So I started with the least one, but which is the most important.
Yes, sir.
And he literally said this will be a new gold rush. Water will be a new gold rush. So he said, as much as my people are busy looking for objects that look like they are precious, but have no real value when it comes to life, there is one thing that nations will fight for, and it'll be water. Then he says, I want to show you that there were people that have already understood it, and some have gone, and some new ones are already starting, and some have already grabbed hold of that same resource. Says many will begin to move for water rights, and they'll be more popular, more powerful than what you think Bitcoin is right now. And I understand, that's why I said to you, some of the things I'm saying here are not really probable. So there were going to be water wars. It's not like they're going to throw bombs and stuff like that. It'll be very controlled. Yes, people die, but it'll be very controlled. Where water, the very thing you see every day, the very thing you play with every day, the very thing you fill your tubs and spend an hour in there bathing, that same liquid will become very, very difficult. And this war is starting this year. And as we keep on moving, 2026, 2027, it becomes very, 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 very open. So when the angel was standing there, I could literally see that he just took a little bit of water and put there, and gold begins to. What do you see? I never expected it to be like that. I was just seeing water spilling, gold there, that's it. And God said, look deeper. What do you see? I said, oh, this water seems to be heavier than gold. What type of water gets into this and tips gold? Says they're going to be things that people will not understand. And then he flipped the page in the realm of the spirit, and I began to see water, auctions for water, and fights for water rights. Water rights.
Water rights.
And it says, look close and see what my people have done, because in their quest for money, for silver, for gold, for filthy lucre, they have forgotten the resource I gave them, which is a need for everyone. This is not for luxury. This is a need. What do you do with gold? Do you eat it? If gold stops being something that people demand, nobody's going to die because gold is not in use. But if water is removed, how many days will it take for the earth to die if we don't have water? 3 days. So it is not about military engagements that I'm here for. It will be a war for water. But this is just one. I'm going to give you 4. And this war is starting this year.
You said it.
Yes, sir. Wow.
And countries are running out of water. And you guys here sitting right there, not following what we gave you as a prophecy. And now you are shocked that AI, when you're saying, write a letter to my lover, and it gave you a response, you say, nah, this one doesn't look romantic enough. Do another one. Finishing our water. Now here we are in a predicament, simply because we like technology. And Bill Gates is buying land and land and land and land. And you know, Prophet has gave me an idea, but I will not say it on TV. But it's a very good idea on what we can do to Bill Gates. Thank you. We have to pray for him. Now, are you getting this now?
So, if you know, you know. I'll meet you in the next one as always. This was just a short one. We'll be back with more updates.